Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video, I want to show you off one of the newest features that's been added into Shadowlands PTR/beta. You can finally transmogrify your artifact weapons across multiple specs. Now, I wanted to show you what this means by trying it out on a couple of my characters to see if I could use another class's spec, or their weapons primarily, to see if I can come up with some cool creative design looks, as this is going to be one of the coolest features available into Shadowlands with so many different customizations options already on the table. Alright, so take a look at my rogue. My rogue is in PvP set that I just copied over on the beta. Now he does have a mace main hand and an offhand dagger, which I think some Outlaw rogues might prefer going into the next expansion. So as an Outlaw rogue, you have quite a big repertoire of weapons you can now transmogrify. Now normally if you want to go for a Legion artifact weapon choice, you would just go for Legion and I could get both of my weapons the same way. But if you now want to do something different with your artifact weapons and you want to do something unique, you'll find those weapons, I believe, in the normal category for one-handed swords. Towards the back of the list, you'll actually see all of my skins that I can use on single weapon. So I'll go back to the same skin that I used earlier, the artifact weapon skin, but let me find exact one from the actual swords for one-hander. It'll be this or this. Okay, cool. So now my main hand is one way, my offhand is a different dagger. What I can do is go to my dagger and go to the back of the line, and there they are, artifact weapons from Assassination. So I can find some sort of weapon that kind of fits the playstyle and fits the look of the my rogue. But I can also go back all the way to sub-rogue and make some kind of a build that will look so similar and kind of complement the playstyle and look that I have for my current rogue. Like this red together with the red fits kind of well. There's a bit of golden parts to it, so it's kind of fitting. But also could maybe try this golden aspect here as well. I think if I had a slightly different mod for my character, let's actually do this. Let's try it just for the sake of experimenting in this video, because I want to try showing you guys off some different sets. So if we were to take my full set currently, and if I were to find the artifact weapon that I want for this, for swords we can go maybe with this purple look, because the purple and a bit of crimson here combines pretty well with this weapon that has more of a silver, more of a dull color to it. And then for my secondary weapon, we can go for something more unique. I'm thinking go for maybe the sub-rogue one with purple that fits this so well. We can go for a shorter weapon, or maybe go for a bit of purple, more pronounced, from the spec of Assassination. If we have much purple, we have blue, quite a bit of blue, a little bit of purple here with the dagger blade, but I kind of like it. Let's say this is the style we want, so now my rogue can have a dagger on the back and a sword right here, because these Assassination daggers go on your back, and when I get ready for combat, I think Adrenaline Rush, one of these abilities will end up doing something for me. If I could just find like a critter or something. Oh, here's a critter. I guess that happens. So look at this. I have all the effects. I have this dangling thing on Assassination. The weapon look like it kind of fits the spec and the look. And now I have a dagger in my offhand that is the same dagger that I might have, let's say, earned from an artifact weapon like a hidden skin. Speaking about challenge modes, actually, can I use the challenge mode version of this dagger? It does look like that I can. So if I wanted to go for like a really blue look, or I guess let's say the current look that I have right now, let's say I wanted to go for like a very, very different look. For swords, I'll go with, I guess we can go with this purple. We can go with this with the blue, the green, the red. There's so many more customizations now. Let's take a look at some of the other classes we have, and I'll try to see if I can put together some sort of a build for them as well. So I have my Warlock here, and he has more of this Nazathian simple look to it. It just have been a style that I've kind of liked in the past. And if I were to take a look at, oh yeah, I would actually need to make sure I have a mage staff equipped. So if I don't have any kind of staffs, I can go for the artifact weapon that changes my appearance. But if I wanted to go for like swords, because that's what I'm wearing in my main hand, I would actually have to do one of the swords in the game. But for my offhand though, I might be able to do something unique here, can I not? Oh yes I can. I could be a destruction warlock with a red skull floating near me. I don't really have too many recolors of it. It looks a little funky here, but it does work out pretty well. So if I want a little blue friend just floating around me to fit to my mug, as a destruction warlock, I totally could. Now I don't know if he would actually have the same voice lines as he would be if, let's say, I'm demonology. Potentially he might just tell you some voice lines of, oh, you looking for a portal or something, like a seeking plan B, or you're low on health, or I guess whenever you summon pets, he would probably be like, get him pets, or demons or whatever. I don't know if he does anything voice lines like that, so I'm not sure if, like, as a Shadow Priest, you might be able to hear the waifu talking to you, but at least it's cool. You can have a little ghost head floating with you if you want to. And then, of course, you have the Shaman, and I'm actually going to swap to Elemental, because Elemental has quite a few options you can choose. We got to equip a shield first things first, and a one-hander in the offhand, or in the main hand. Here we go. Looking great. But what if you wanted to go for more than just this plain shield that I got going on? Let me see if I can... There's got to be something down here. Here we go. Oh, he doesn't show you shields, actually. Yeah, because I have a backpack. So let's say we remove the backpack, just because, you know, shields are going to be blocked off if there's a big old backpack sitting there. What if you wanted to go for a different main hand weapon? Some kind of a different mace, maybe? And what if that weapon was no other than... Where is it, actually? Doom Hammer. So you have the main Doom Hammer, and I think I should have a bunch of recolors of this as well, but I currently don't. Or you could just go holding the Molten version of Doom Hammer if you wanted to. Of course, you have the Restoration Shaman, so technically you could use this as a mace, as a enhancement shaman with the Resto, but what if we just go to hold on to this big old molten thing, and let's say we go with a Restoration Shaman shield. So right now we are a Shaman of all elements. We have lightning in our hands, fiery mace at our side, and literally a backpack full of water that's constantly leaking out as we move. So yeah, you totally could have this kind of a crazy combination, and this only makes you think, like, what kind of a marks could you have inspired by this? And I know you guys are gonna love this one once I get the right weapon in my hands. So let's go with a Katiku, since Frost Death Knights can actually wield a Katiku. And let's say you wanted to go with a very unique look, like this one right here. You can go with a blue, purple, or I could go with this hazel that kind of sort of matches the rest of my mog, being a similar color. Go with a full-on red, but imagine wielding this as a weapon on your Frost Death Knight. I mean, this looks like a straight-up Reaper Scythe, so when you go for the ability of Frost Scythe, I mean, I feel like it just properly fits. It no longer needs that look that it has of, like, the scythe in your hand, and instead you just have this, which is literally this hook scythe looking thing. It looks absolutely fantastic, besides all these bugs that are... Hello? Something going on? Okay, I think someone is using some sort of ability to entrain me them and just causing crazy amount of FPS drops. But hopefully it doesn't take away anything from this weapon, because it looks absolutely spectacular. What if you are just a lone brewmaster, just trying to play the game, and maybe you're tired of having to use a polearm everywhere you go? I think you guys get where this is going. So here is a brewmaster with some Windwalker weapons. And yeah, actually as a brewmaster, I can use block to kick now, as with each one-hander. Nothing is stopping me from playing the game at this point with this type of playstyle. It's actually all 100% viable now. Look at this. It looks so good. And if I had because I would need to copy over a real monk that does have the actual fist weapons, which I think I might have one, but I forget which one it is. Maybe it's the one on EU. I would need to double check with this one. But yeah, if you wanted to really customize your character, the weapons can, I think, go quite a long way. Not only do you get the access, I guess, to now for Brewmaster at least, one-handers, fist weapons, maces, all that, but now the actual artifact weapons and the certain skins can now be applied across multiple characters if that's how you choose to play your tune. Alright, let's do one more, because I feel like I'm just kind of starting to become maybe a broken record. Marksmanship Hunter, you got yourself some nice bows, maybe a crossbow, but you always thought, you know what, as a marksman, I always thought maybe a gun would and yeah, we're just gonna go straight to guns, because Beast Mastery, wait, this is technically a gun? I guess it's a bow looking, but I guess it fires like, I guess it works. So if you wanted to have this bow gun looking thing, or like a mechanical bow, like for Mechanome, and pretend that it's a bow, I guess that would work. You have this right here, this shredded looking thing. This looks insane when they added it. You have this, actually I was gonna say small, but it's not really that small. Big old sniper rifle. If you just wanted to be a marksmanship hunter, sniping your foe from a distance, this looks amazing, dude. The big scope at the top and everything, it looks fantastic. Okay, one more, because I think this one will look really, really cool. Paladin, of course you can go with the Ashbringer. Who can go with the Ashbringer? But what about we go for the two-hand mace? Give me a second. And we go for, oh, no other than the silver hand as a Retribution Paladin. You know why I like the silver hand a lot for red? Because it has this tome on your belt. I always thought that was a really cool aesthetic choice. Uther always had a tome on him. Silver hand is a hammer that's meant to be swung at enemies, and I think it would just look fantastic. How does it look when I'm targeting an enemy or even swinging at an enemy? It looks a little funky for your Retribution, maybe for Xander because I hold it way too high up on the upswing. But if I can find myself an actual enemy to hit, I think it might look a little better. But it's just those little details that now you can add that certain weapons have that others don't. And here goes some swords. I want to see if I can get in combat with all of them, really. One more. Come back here, guy. So look at this. I mean, this looks absolutely fantastic. Again, being a Xanda might make this a little bit more weird. And if I had other reskins of this, I feel like you totally could make something even cooler. But this is going to be one of the coolest aspects. It's just those little knickknacks and doodads on your artifact weapons that now are there. And this is really cool. Like, once it actually works, I didn't think to myself like, oh, this is not going to be that big of a feature, but this is really cool. Okay, this is going to be actually the last one. I know I said it before, but I just keep coming up with cool ideas for weapons and mogs, and I really gotta show you this one off. So I think it's gonna be in swords for both the arms and the Fury Warrior. So if you want to be a warrior that now is a, let's say, an arms warrior and a Fury Warrior, you love both specs equally, and you just want to show it off to literally everybody, you now can go for the big setup of arms and Fury wombo combo, the axe, which I guess normally would be the sword for arms, but this is a hidden skin, and the Fury Warrior dragon-esque looking sword. And you could really show your colors in a variety of ways, or even better. And this is why I had to hop on this warrior. Get two one-handers, and as long as you have let me see if this better work. This better work. Where are you? Is it maces? It has to be in the maces. There's no way it isn't. Or maybe it's a one-handed sword technically. I guess technically it would be a one-handed sword. There it is. There it is, boys. You can take the prot warrior weapons like the flails and wield both of them as a madman. This is what I really wanted to show you guys. Look at this. Oh, it looks so good. They don't really swing nearly as much as... Oh, they kind of do have some swing, actually. When you go really berserk, they really do have swing to them. Big rampage. Oh, it looks so great. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. This is why I had to show you the warrior. Now you know why I did it. Now you know why we had to do it. But there it is, man. There it is. This is really cool. I'm actually a huge fan of this change right here. Massive fan. There's so much more customizability you can do with your character. So all those hidden skins that you had unlocked from back in the day, you now can actually wield them in a variety of ways. So these technically are swords because they're originally sword skin for your prot, but now you can wield them as long as you have one-handers. As long as if I switch to a two-hander, that functionality goes away. So what the system does is it won't let you, let's say you are a prot warrior, it won't let you wield a two-hander from the arms tree. And if you're an arms warrior, it won't make you look like you're playing with a sword and board. But if, let's say, you have a one-hand sword, mace, or axe, you could transmog it into a one-hand sword, mace, or axe. Blizzard simply just added the actual model of the challenge skin as a one-handed sword for you to transmog into. So like Retribution Paladin transmogged into the holy... oh. Big damage here. Makes a lot of noise. As a holy paladin or as a red paladin, you can transmog into the silver hand from the holy. The holy paladin with a sword or mace and a shield that's both intellect can now look like it's a protection paladin with a massive radiant shield and whatnot. And you can have a lot of that customization for your character. There's now a lot more for you to do. So let's say if you are a troll like this guy right here playing the elemental, you got a staff. He won't be able to transmog it into anything but other staffs. He won't be able to transmog it into a mage staff or warlock staff, just one of the staffs that are available for him. So it all will depend what weapons you wield. So for some of you guys, let's say that are going to be doing mythic pluses or PvP, usually you don't care about the weapons, or usually don't really matter what the weapon looks like. You're just looking for the best stats. But let's say in PvP, there's, let's say, a couple different weapons, and all of them have exactly the same stats. You could choose which one you'd rather do, and hopefully Blizzard will give us more customization options. So, like, maybe there'll be like versatility haste for PvP, and it could be a sword, a dagger, a mace, whatever it may be, and you might give you a little bit more room on which weapons you'd rather play. Of course, there's probably going to be certain weapons, at least from PvE, that are just insanely strong, but I don't know. So anyway, guys, that's going to be my video on some of these changes for the warrior, the paladin, any class that has any of these weapons that you can intermingle with. This is one of the coolest changes the Blizzard has ever put out, and I just wanted to make a video on this ASAP. Let me know what you think about this change, guys. What do you think the Blizzard should do in the future? Should they add more inner customization, or is this looking good so far as is? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in another video.